Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. According to Thai Sounds, the American artificial intelligence startup OpenAI submitted its initial public offering, IPO, application on Monday, June 8th, with an expected valuation of up to $1 trillion as early as September. However, shortly after this milestone, the company was hit with a subpoena from the New York Attorney General on June 12th. The prosecutor has requested documents related to OpenAI's business activities, user data handling, and policies concerning minors and elderly users. Additionally, OpenAI is facing several severe legal challenges. Florida recently sued the company, alleging that ChatGPT harms children and incites violence. Furthermore, a mother in California filed a lawsuit against CEO Sam Altman on June 11th, claiming the chatbot encouraged her daughter's suicide. Amid these escalating legal crises, CEO Sam Altman has abruptly postponed his scheduled visit to South Korea on June 14th and 15, where he was set to meet with executives from major technology firms such as Samsung, Kakao, and Naver. OpenAI stated that Altman's trip was delayed due to personal reasons. According to a report by the Liberty Times, the United States and Iran are nearing a 60-day ceasefire agreement, with negotiations in their final stages. Under the proposed deal, Iran would reopen the vital Strait of Hormuz and destroy highly enriched uranium to prevent nuclear weapons development. In return, the U.S. would unlock tens of billions of dollars in frozen Iranian assets and offer security guarantees. However, the agreement has triggered severe backlash, particularly from Israel. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi claimed a major sovereign victory, stating that Iran and Oman will manage the Strait of Hormuz and charge transit tolls on all commercial vessels. Although U.S. officials dismiss this as domestic propaganda, critics argue the U.S. made too many critical concessions, refusing to endorse the agreement. Israel has declared its readiness to act alone. Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz emphasized that Israel must preserve its right to take independent military action to prevent Iran from obtaining nuclear weapons. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has. According to a report by Lianhe Zhaobao, international oil prices experienced a significant decline on Friday, June 12th. Driven by market expectations that the United States and Iran are close to signing a Memorandum of Understanding, MOU. By the close of trading, NYMEX light crude for July delivery dropped by 2.83 suks, or 3.23%, to settle at $84.88 per barrel. Meanwhile, Brent crude for August delivery fell by 3.83 fenders, closing at $87.33 per barrel. MOU's media outlets reported that a senior administration official expressed 80% to 85% confidence in finalizing the agreement within the coming days. On the same day, Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi disclosed details of the draft MOU during a broadcast, which includes terms on ceasefire arrangements and securing shipping lines through the crucial Strait of Hormuz. The progress comes after military actions by the U.S. and Israel against Iran in February disrupted Hormuz shipping and severely tightened global oil supplies, which had initially caused prices to spike. The potential easing of geopolitical tensions has now relieved some supply concerns, leading to the latest sell-off in the energy market. According to a report by China.org.cn, China's Ministry of Commerce has expressed strong opposition and deplored the U.S. Department of Defense's decision to list several Chinese firms as military companies. A spokesperson for the ministry stated that the United States has ignored the consensus established between the leaders of both nations and disregarded the mutual interests of bilateral trade and economic relations. The spokesperson accused Washington of abusing state power and generalizing national security concepts to suppress Chinese enterprises. The ministry warned that these unilateral actions undermine global supply chains and harm the legitimate rights of Chinese companies. China has urged the U.S. to immediately halt these practices and return to a constructive, stable bilateral relationship. The spokesperson concluded that if the U.S. fails to reverse these measures, China will take resolute and strong countermeasures, with the U.S. bearing all resulting consequences and responsibilities. According to a report by NPR, Pope Leo XIV's travel plans encountered an unexpected delay on Friday when his scheduled charter flight back to Rome was grounded in Spain due to a technical problem. The Iberia aircraft's engine failed to start at the airport in Santa Cruz de Tenerife, in the Canary Islands, following the Pope's week-long visit to the country. Recognizing the emergency, Spain's King Felipe VI quickly stepped in to assist the pontiff. The king offered his personal private jet, a Falcon, allowing Pope Leo XIV and key members of his delegation to board the flight and depart for Rome after a delay of over 3 hours. While the Pope returned safely on the king's jet, other members of the Vatican delegation and accompanying journalists had to wait for a replacement aircraft sent from Madrid. This is the first time in decades that a papal flight has suffered a technical glitch severe enough to force the Pope to change planes, an event that highlighted a successful apostolic visit to Madrid, Barcelona, and the Canary Islands. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.